Well, first, congratulations to USC. That was a pretty darn good game. You saw two well-disciplined teams playing at a high level. Low scoring. Obviously playing for there's no second chance. The reality is when we were doing things the right way, I thought we were in control of the game. At one point, we're 4-2, and that's sport. We talk about all the time. At some point, there's going to be adversity, and how you handle it is very, very important. And we got away in certain moments, and we gave them some free goals. And you absolutely, can't give free goals at this point. And there was a lot of positives. Our 6-on-5 tonight was much better. We had great post movement and great passes into the post. The hard part about tonight too was there was long stretches in the game, right, where groups had to go a long ways and put in a lot of minutes. We wanted to keep believing, keep going. I believe in our guys that they can dig deeper. At the bottom line is we had our opportunities, and there were some that we wish that we probably had back. Again, the last thing I'll say is, the seniors in this class, what an amazing group. They all redshirted. They were all part of that 2014 team that really put UCLA back on the map. They've been a part of 3 national championships. They have nothing to hang their head about. For me, the hardest part is not getting this one done from. I believe there was a lot of lessons learned over the season where we let some things go, and that's on me. It's my job to make sure we don't have those slip-ups. But the reality is what these guys were able to accomplish over four and a quarter period, really 5 years, is something to really remember.
Coach, when you called timeout with those few seconds left, Nicholas time and time again has drawn that foul and made that shot. Was that kind of the thing you had drawn up? Or?
Well, we had 2 options, and we sent a left-hander across, Austin across, so if they want to hang out, we can look at him. We have a lefty coming up from down and Nicholas coming up. The hard part is there's just you don't know what kind of defense they're going to play, right? And they played on the high side, and they were able to get their hand on the ball, And again, that's sport. That we've been on the other side where we made the field block to secure a win, and they made a field block today to secure it.
For Austin and David, what was it like? What was your level of exhaustion like in that game? Not only like kind of having to go long stretches, but like it being so low scoring that like this kind of defensive grind.
Yeah, like Adam said, there's a lot of long stretches in the game, but we trained for this. Thought we were ready. We were a little tired, but we were ready for it.
There were definitely times where you're either in for a long period of time or sitting on the bench for a long period of time, which can be equally as hard because your mind starts going, you're getting cold. Those little towels only do so much for you. So it's definitely hard to stay present at times. But we've trained for that as well. Lenny Wiersma is our site guy, and he focuses on that aspect with us. And I felt personally ready for that scenario because there was a time, I think in the 3rd quarter, where I was sitting on the bench for a long period of time, but when I got back in, I was ready to go.
Definitely. And like, kind of just for all of you, what do you feel like kind of defined this season for you? Like, what do you think you'll kind of remember the most?
There's actually a large freshman class that came in this year, and being a 5th year, I've been around this program for a long time. My brother went through it as well, so I've known Adam for a really long time. So it was really nice getting to know a new group, and this freshman class has been far different than anyone I've ever seen come through the program, and not in a good way or in a bad way. It was interesting getting to know some new guys. We pulled from some different areas. We have a player I came all the way from Georgia, the country, so you know it was a diverse experience getting to know a new group of people. So I'll remember those guys going down the future. I won't remember every game, but I'll for sure remember those guys.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. We had a lot of what-if moments. I think we probably lost 3 or 4 games this year within the last 20 seconds, or even less. So, you know, you wonder if, you know, those turned out the other way. And just like this game, same thing. But, yeah, it's tough to imagine what if.
Austin, David, now you played your last game for UCLA. What are your plans for the future?
I'm done. I'm going to join the military. That's my plan.
My next step is hopefully moving into real estate, but that being said, I've put 100% focus into water polo, so I have not laid that many stepping stones. But the nice thing about being a Bruin is it has a great alumni system, so there's a lot of people that I've reached out that are Bruins that have told me they'd be willing to help me, and I owe a lot of that to Adam, all those connections, and I plan to use them.
For the players, as you guys have gone through this season, the defense kind of got better as you guys had allowed less goals. I'm sorry to go back to the game, but can you guys talk about kind of how your guys' zone and dropping was very effective towards the end of the season, especially in today's game? Obviously, that last goal you let was not, like, can you kind of talk about the defense, basically?
I think especially with our teams, our defensive groups are better when they're more mature because they understand what we're supposed to do better. They understand our system more, and you know we do have a young team, and so that, you know, we still had to get guys to learn the system early on in the season, and as you know it got later on, guys got more comfortable, they learned more, they got used to it, so I think that's why it improved.
And then can you guys also talk about Jake? He's had such a great season this year, and what he means to the program next year, and kind of what role he plays next year.
Jake has a lot of potential. He's a very, very talented player, and I think Adam is going to do a great job with him. He buys into the system very well. He doesn't ever take things into his own hands, and if he does, he learns from his mistakes. It's really nice to see that from a young kid. You can see he wants to get better and he wants to do what's best for the team at all times. I'm really excited to see what he can do moving forward.
Yeah, he's a good kid. He's going to be a great leader. Selfless. I see a lot of good things for him.